Hello students, in this lecture, as I told you last time, we are going to go through some sums of miscellaneous exercise 5. Now these are sums which are similar to those sums which we have done in exercise 5.1, 5.2 and 5.3. So, if you have not already gone through those lecture videos, I would advise you to first go through those videos, understand the previous exercises first, that is exercise 5.1 and 5.2 mainly, and then come back to this particular lecture that is there. So, beginning with the exercise. The first question has been taken from question 1 of page number 137, which is choose the correct alternative, that is an MCQ. The first MCQ from the miscellaneous exercise 5 that is there. The question is the value of integral dx upon root of 1 minus x is dash. Now, before beginning with the sum, I would advise you people to sit with the notebook open and do the sums along with me, and also side by side do any assignment sums which I might be giving along the lecture that is there. So, in this particular question, there are 4 options which are given. We have to choose the correct option after solving the sum first. So, here the integral of dx upon root of 1 minus x. Now, this can be written this way, that is the integral of 1 minus x the whole raised to minus 1 upon 2 dx. So, it can be written in this way. Solving further, now we just have to find the answer to this particular question. Isn't it? We can solve the integral by using the formula x raised to n. The formula for x raised to n is correct. It is x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So, let us solve this sum now. So, the answer comes out as 1 minus x raised to minus 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon minus 1 upon 2 plus 1. But that is not the end of the answer, isn't it? Because 1 minus x is there, not plus x but minus x. So, we also multiply by minus 1 in the denominator. If you remember the rules for integration, this has to be done first. Okay. Then solving it further, we get the answer as this way, that is 1 minus x raised to minus half plus 1, that is 1 minus half is half. The minus sign is there, the minus sign comes up over here, and again in the denominator minus half plus 1, that is this term becomes 1 minus half, which is half. So, in the denominator it is half, so it comes up in the numerator and becomes 2. So, this becomes our answer, or this can also be written as minus 2 root of 1 minus x plus c. Now, you can look in the textbook and decide which is the correct alternative which is given over there. Now, the next sum which we are going to do is again from choose the correct alternative. It is the 8th sum which is given in the textbook, because the sums which are given in between, some of the sums, at least the 7th sum we have already done in a previous lecture. The other sums are all from the later exercises which we will be covering later on. So, the 8th question on page number 137, that is what we are going to do. The question is find the integral of e raised to 2x plus e raised to minus 2x upon e raised to x dx. Again, this is based on exercise 5.1 only. That is, it can be done this way. We can separate the integrals like this, that is e raised to 2x upon e raised to x plus, let me write a dx over there. Now, plus integral of e raised to minus 2x upon e raised to x dx. And then In the next step, what we do is we bring the two terms together. That is, when we bring e raised to x in the numerator, it becomes e raised to minus x, and thus we can combine the two terms and write it as e raised to 2x minus x. The same thing can be done for the other term, the second term as well. So, it is done further like this. That is, it becomes integral of e raised to 2x minus x dx plus again the integral of e raised to minus 2x minus x. So, this now becomes integral of e raised to 2x minus x is e raised to x plus this one becomes integral of e raised to minus 3x dx. Now solving it further, you know that the integral of e raised to x is e raised to x itself. So, the first term becomes e raised to x. The first answer is e raised to x. What about the next term? Again, the integral of e raised to minus 3x is e raised to minus 3x. Since minus 3x is there and not x, we divide by minus 3. And thus, this becomes your answer. So, again, you can look in the textbook and select the correct alternative which is given there. The 10th sum, which is also an MCQ of page number 138 of your textbook. The question is integral of x cube plus 3x square plus 3x plus 1 upon x plus 1 raised to 5 dx. Now, it's a substitution question done on in the same way as exercise 5.2. So, here we take the denominator, that is x plus 1, and take it as t. And therefore, upon differentiating, if you remember in substitution, the next step is differentiating. So, upon differentiating with respect to x, we get 1 dx, that is dx is equal to dt. Also, from x plus 1 is equal to t, we get this term, that is x is equal to t minus 1. So, our integral, the question becomes this way now. It becomes x cube, that is t minus 1 cube. So, t minus 1 the whole cube plus 3 into t minus 1 the whole square plus 3 into t minus 1 plus 1 and the whole upon t raised to 5 because the denominator is t. So, t raised to 5. Next, what we are going to do is we are going to apply the formula over here. T minus 1 cube becomes a minus b the whole cube. That same formula we are going to apply. Similarly, t minus 1 square, we can apply the formula for a minus b the whole square and also multiply with 3 at the same time. So, thus we are going to simplify our sum like this now. So, we get over here the integral of t minus 1 the whole cube becomes t cube minus 3t square plus 3t minus 1. The next term, that is 3t minus 1 the whole square, can be written as plus 3t square minus 6t plus 3. Okay, and the next term was 3t minus 1. So, this becomes plus 3t minus 3. And the last term is plus 1, which is written as it is. And the whole has been divided with t raised to 5. So, upon t raised to 5 we have over here. And we are differentiating now with respect to dt. Okay, dx has become dt if you remember the substitution. Now, here several terms are getting cancelled. If you see, minus 3t square gets cancelled over here. Now, 3t plus 3t becomes 6t and therefore 6t minus 6t, the two terms get cancelled. Minus 1 plus 1 goes away and also minus 3 plus 3 goes away. So, thus we are left with these terms, that is integral of t cube upon t raised to 5 dt. Upon taking t raised to 5 in the numerator, we get integral of t raised to minus 2 dt. Now, you can complete the sum and check out your answer also from the textbook that is there. from which alternative is correct, that much you can check it out and see. So do complete the sum in your notebook now, along with all the other sums which we are going to do. The next question, now we move on to the second question, that is fill in the blanks. In fill in the blanks, the second question, that is the question is integral of x square plus x minus 6 upon x minus 2 into x minus 1 dx. The answer is given as x plus dash plus c. So you have to find out what is the dash as the answer over here. Now in this case, we observe that the numerator can be factorized like this. So we get this way, that is x square plus x minus 6 becomes, upon splitting the middle term and factorizing further, okay, this becomes x plus 3 into x minus 2. And the denominator remains as it is. Now as you can see, we can just cancel out the x minus 2 terms which are there. Okay, we cancel out these two terms. Thus, we get over here integral of x plus 3 upon x minus 1. Okay, x plus 3 upon x minus 1 dx. Now how to do it further? Observe how it is done further. We adjust the denominator in the numerator. Now this method is going to be done in further sums as well. So you better understand it here itself. So we adjust the denominator, we try to bring the denominator into the numerator like this. See, we write x minus 1. Now actually there is plus 3 in the numerator. So if we just write minus 1 plus 4, it becomes plus 3, isn't it? So in this way we have adjusted, we have brought the denominator into the numerator like this. Okay, remember 3 is written as minus 1 plus 4. And the denominator remains the same in this step at least. Now in the next step, what is done is that separation of the two terms. See, this is one term and 4 is the other term. So we separate out both the terms like this. We get x minus 1 upon x minus 1 as one term, one integral, and the other integral becomes integral of 4 upon x minus 1 dx. Okay. Now further, how we do it is this way, that is x minus 1 gets cancelled, and therefore we just get 1 dx, that is integral of dx. So we write it as integral of dx. So integral dx plus, if we take the 4 out, in the integral it becomes 1 upon x minus 1 dx. Okay. Now in this case, what is the answer for dx? What is the answer for 1 dx? The integral of 1 becomes x. So we get x over here as the answer, plus 4 into 1 upon x becomes log x, isn't it? Integral of 1 upon x is log x. Same way, integral of 1 upon x minus 1 becomes log mod of x minus 1. Okay. So in your fill in the blanks question, it was given as x plus dash. So x plus 4 log x minus 1. So this dash becomes 4 log x minus 1. Thus the sum is done. Okay. Now we go on to the fourth sum. Fourth, fill in the blanks again. Now to find the value of 1 plus log x upon x dx, the integral of 1 plus log x upon x dx, the proper substitution is dash. Now what I am going to do is, I am going to give you the substitution. That is, the answer is actually 1 plus log x. We put 1 plus log x. It's a substitution method, as you have guessed by now. It is 1 plus log x is equal to t. Okay, now you can figure out whether by putting 1 plus log x as t are we going to get the answer. That I leave it to you to figure out. So you can do it as assignment and check it out in your notebook. The answer is already given here. You can just check out whether you are getting the answer or what. In the fifth question, the question is 1 upon x cube log x raised to x the whole square dx is equal to p log x the whole cube plus c. Here you are supposed to find the value of p. Okay. Now, after writing the question, okay, observe this log x raised to x. Whenever the log term is raised to a particular power, the power can be written on the left hand side of the log, that is the power can be multiplied to the log, and it will mean the same thing actually. This we have already learned in the lesson on derivatives when we carried out logarithmic differentiation. Okay. So, over here we write it like this, that is 1 upon x cube into log x raised to x can be written as x log x. So, x log x the whole square dx. And then in the next step, 1 upon x cube. Now from the whole square, okay, we separate the whole square also. We write x square into log x square. After doing this, we cancel out the x terms in the numerator and the denominator, and thus we get 1 upon x log x the whole square. So we get 1 upon x log x the whole square dx. Now what you can do is you can take log x as t, and therefore 1 upon x dx becomes dt. So we write that term, let log x is equal to t, and therefore 1 upon x dx is equal to dt, and therefore our integral becomes I is equal to integral of log t the whole square, not log t, it is t the whole square, t square dt. Okay. Now you can complete this sum as assignment and get the answer and find out from the answer what is the answer for p. If you remember in the fill in the blanks question, you were asked to find the value of p. So from the answer to this question, you will find the answer for p. We go to the next question, the third question. The third question is state whether the following are true or false. In that, only the first sum deals with exercise 5.2. The rest of the sums are for the later exercises which we will be doing later on. So in this sum, the proper substitution for the integral of x into x raised to x the whole raised to x into 2 log x plus 1 dx is x raised to x the whole raised to x is equal to t. Okay, did you understand the question? From the question, they are asking whether we can solve this question by substituting x raised to x the whole raised to x as t. Well, there is only one way to find out. The method is to actually do the sum and see if it can be solved by putting x raised to x the whole raised to x as t. So, after writing the question, we substitute in this way. Now, x raised to x the whole raised to x can also be written as this way. That is x raised to x square, which is t. Now, if you remember in the lesson on derivatives, again we had done logarithmic differentiation this way. Okay, certain functions, certain sums, okay, which had to be done this way. Okay, by taking log on both the sides. So we take over here log on both the sides. So we get log x raised to x square. That we can simplify one step further also, that is we can write x square log x, which is equal to log t. Okay. Now how to differentiate this further? We differentiate it further by using the formula u into v, because if you observe on the LHS, we have two terms x square and log x. So we differentiate by using the formula u into v. So we get x square into differentiation of log x is 1 upon x. So x square upon x plus log x, the differentiation of x square is 2x, which is equal to log t now. Log t is 1 upon t, but we are differentiating with respect to x. So we also write dt by dx. Okay. Now what can be done is we can just cancel out these two x terms, and then our answer become our next step becomes this way: x plus log x into 2x which is equal to 1 upon t dt by dx. Okay, now upon writing this, we take the x term common. We take x common over here. So x, and in the bracket we get 1 plus 2 log x. And RHS, for now we are writing the same thing. Then in the next step, we bring t to the LHS. So we are going to get t into x into 1 plus 2 log x. Which is dt by dx. Now the substitution for t was, actually the term was x raised to x the whole raised to x. Isn't it? So we write that term over here and also bring the dx to the LHS. So we are going to get this way, that is x raised to x the whole raised to x, that is t, instead of t we are writing that, and the remaining term, that is x 1 plus 2 log x into dx, and that becomes dt. Okay. Now, if you observe from the question, okay, in the question, the whole question is this much only, that is x the whole raised to x raised to x the whole raised to x into x 1 plus 2 log x dx. This is the entire question actually. So the entire question becomes dt. So our integral becomes simply this way, that is it becomes integral of dt. Okay, so it becomes integral of dt, and therefore we are going to get this particular term. Therefore our I becomes I is equal to integral of dt. Okay, and the answer for 1 is, integral of 1 is x, or in this case it is t. So our answer is t plus c. And what was t? T was actually x raised to x the whole raised to x. Okay, so over here we are going to get x raised to x the whole raised to x plus c. In short, we are able to solve this sum by taking t as x raised to x the whole raised to x. That means the answer for this true or false question is true. Okay, so true is our answer over here. But without solving, you are not going to get the answer, isn't it? That is why we have to solve the entire question that is there. Now we come to the fourth question, that is solve the following. In the fourth question, we are going to do only the fourth sum. Some of the other sums, most of the other sums have already been done in the previous exercise. The first sum we will be doing later on. So in this particular sum, we have to find the integral of x minus 1 upon root of x plus 4 dx. So here what we do is, just like we did in the previous sum, we are going to adjust x plus 4 in the numerator by writing minus 1 in this form. That is, minus 1 can be also written as plus 4 minus 5 upon root of x plus 4. Then in the next step, we separate out the integrals by taking x plus 4 as one term and minus 5 as the other term. So we are going to get this way, that is integral of x plus 4 upon root of x plus 4 as one term minus integral of 5 upon root of x plus 4 as the other term. Now, in the first term, we cancel out x plus 4. Thus, we get root of x plus 4 over here in the numerator. And in the second term, we take 5 outside the integral. Thus, we get 1 upon root of x plus 4 in the denominator term. Then, root of x plus 4 can also be written as x plus 4 the whole raised to half. Minus, over here from the denominator, we bring the root of x plus 4 term up to the numerator and we write it as x plus 4 raised to minus half. Okay. Now, the remaining sum, you use the formula x raised to n in both the integrals and try to solve it all by yourself. If you are facing any difficulties, you can just ask me or contact me. I will always help you. So, do this sum as an assignment and complete the sum as well. Okay. We go to the second question of the fourth one, that is fourth one, second question. The question is evaluate. The first question in that, find the primitive of 1 plus e raised to x. Primitive means you have to find the integral of 1 upon 1 plus e raised to x. That is, the question is 1 upon 1 plus e raised to x. Okay. So, integral of 1 upon 1 plus e raised to x is what you have to find out. So, like the previous sum, we are going to adjust the denominator in the numerator. In the numerator already we have 1. Okay, and we write plus e raised to x, and to balance plus e raised to x, we also write minus e raised to x. This is the method to be used over here. Now we have two terms. If you remember, 1 plus e raised to x becomes one term. So we separate out the integrals like this. 1 plus e raised to x becomes one term upon 1 plus e raised to x minus the other term becomes e raised to x upon 1 plus e raised to x with a minus sign in the middle, that is there. Over here this term gets cancelled. So we get it as the integral of 1 dx, that is integral of dx minus this term, suppose we write it as it is for now. Now what we are going to do is we are going to put this term as I1. Let this term, okay, be written as I1, the integral I1, and we try to solve it separately. Okay. So the term becomes this way. So I1 is equal to the integral of e raised to x upon 1 plus e raised to x dx. We solve it by substitution. We write let 1 plus e raised to x as t, and therefore e raised to x dx becomes dt. Therefore our term, that is I1, is actually integral of dt by t, the answer for which is log t plus c, which is log of 1 plus e raised to x plus c. Okay, it becomes log of 1 plus e raised to x plus c. That is our I1 term. What was the previous term? Previous term was just integral of dx. Okay, so we combine both the terms and write the answer over here. Okay, so our answer becomes like this now. That is, it becomes the first term was integral of dx. If you want to see the first term was just integral of dx. So that answer is x actually. So final answer we get x, and there is a minus sign between. So we put the minus sign here, minus, and the next term is the I1 term for which the answer is this now. So the answer is log 1 plus e raised to x plus c. Now in the textbook behind whatever the answer is given, little bit of difference is there in the answer. However, this is the correct answer for the term. Okay, so this becomes the final answer for this particular question that is there. Now this particular sum, the third sum, okay, so of the same question, that is evaluate the third sum, 1 upon 2x plus 3x log x dx. So over here in the first step itself, we observe the integral properly. We see that x can be taken common outside the bracket. So we take x term outside the bracket. In the bracket we get 2 plus 3 log x. Okay, 2 plus 3 log x dx. So thus, now we can substitute the term, isn't it? We can take log x as, that is, we can take 2 plus 3 log x as t. So we write over here like this, let 2 plus 3 log x is equal to t, and therefore upon differentiating both the sides, we are going to get 3 upon x dx as dt, okay, 3 upon x dx as dt. Taking 3 on the other side, we get 1 upon x dx as dt upon 3. So it's a pure substitution sum itself, isn't it? So therefore our integral becomes integral of dt upon 3 upon t. The answer for which you already know, isn't it? It is log t, 1 upon 3 log t plus c, and then you substitute the value of t in the answer. So this again you can complete by yourself in the notebook. So with this sum, this long session is over. Okay. From the miscellaneous exercise also, we have covered whatever sums that we can, which deal with exercise 5.1 and 5.2. 5.3, just one sum was there which I already gave it to you as assignment in the previous lecture. In the next lecture, we'll move on to the next concept. So keep practicing, keep safe. Do subscribe and like my channel. We meet in the next lecture.